which is part of the Global Shapers community and an initiative of the World Economic Forum. I wouldn't explain much about the Global Shapers. My colleague John would do that justice later on. I'm just here to do a bit of housekeeping and say welcome. So please, as participants, mute your microphones and switch off your cameras. We just want to be able to see the speakers, and they would have like a nice view of the speakers. So please switch off your cameras and mute your microphones. If you have any questions, we have a lot of organizations present today, so please would encourage you to put questions relating to that organization as they are speaking, so we'll be able to follow up through. We're speaking for 1 hour today, so if we're not able to respond to all your questions, be rest assured that we would follow up via email with all the answers. And like I said, lots of information, the wealth of knowledge. I'm quite excited about what I'm about to learn myself, so please grab your notepad, pen, paper, or whatever you take notes with. Get a glass of water because it's very hot, and enjoy. Have a good session. I will now pass on to John to tell you all about the wonderful Global Shapers community. John?
Hello, everybody, and welcome. And thank you for joining this event. This is a collaboration between the Birmingham Global Shapers and the FSE Group. The Birmingham Global Shapers are a voluntary group of young leaders under the age of 30, dedicated to creating solutions to socioeconomic problems impacting the Midland area through projects and challenging dialogue. Our hub was founded just last year, but we belong to a wider international organization with hubs found in most of the world's major urban centers. This organization is called the Global Shapers Community, which is a World Economic Forum initiative. Our local Birmingham hub has a few ongoing projects and more to come. This Connect to Grow event is part of a wider project that is a series of finance events. The next event in this series will be focused on impact investment and startups. And it's planned to take place in mid-autumn, which you'll learn more about if you follow our social media platforms. Another one of our hub's ongoing projects is called the Midland Mentor Project, which seeks to curate a one-stop shop for career development using both digital and traditional methods. Our goal for this project is to impact the lives of over 2,000 students in the Midlands area through clarifying messages from industry experts regarding their career journeys, successes, and challenges. This project is set to launch at the beginning of next month. One of our upcoming projects is called Meet the SDG Champions, which stands for the Sustainable Development Goals Champions, which is a bit of a mouthful otherwise. This is an international collaboration with hubs in the Global Shapers Community Network to promote everyday people who have embraced the SDGs in their daily work or volunteering. We'll be doing this through standard interviews and video interviews to be published on our social media pages and a dedicated website. That's enough about us. As for this event, Connect to Grow, it aims to connect young entrepreneurs to knowledge and resources vital to the growth and success of their ventures. Today, you will hear from Bseen, which is a social enterprise supporting students and young people to start or to grow their businesses. The founder of the Black Pound Project, which is a community interest company that provides business information and signposting assistance to culturally diverse entrepreneurs. Accenture, which is a Fortune Global 500 multinational company that provides consulting and professional services. The British Business Bank, which is a government-owned bank, or government-owned business rather, development bank, dedicated to making finance markets work better for smaller businesses. And finally, there's Uplink, which is a platform set up by the World Economic Forum that is an open source digital crowd engagement platform created to foster mass participation to meet the UN's 17 Global Sustainable Development Goals. I'm very much looking forward to each of these talks. That is all from me, and I'm going to hand back over to Harriet to take us further.
Hi everyone. Thank you, John. I'm Harriet. I work at the FSE Group. I'm based in Birmingham, and the FSE Group itself, well, we're a fund management business, and we've got a real passion in helping to support SMEs and deploying what we call market gap economic impact funds, which are basically funds which are designed to help support and boost the growth of SMEs. And we're really interested in helping to support enterprises that are trying to scale up, helping to drive them on to their next stage of growth. And the reason we became established is to help provide alternative finance to businesses that may have previously struggled to obtain funding via traditional ways, such as via the banks. And we try to provide support for growing SMEs. We focus on the business and the individuals themselves to help them achieve their growth ambitions. Now, we have various funds all across the country, but as this is a Midlands event, I'll just talk about the Midlands Engine Investment Fund, which is the fund I personally work on. So we offer loans from between 100k to 1.5 million. Now, that might be too big of a size for you. You know, your business might be too early, but there are other smaller funding packages available, starting at, I think, £10,000 via the Midlands Engine Investment Fund itself from different providers. So if you've got any questions, I'll drop my LinkedIn. I'm always happy to have a chat if people aren't sure which bit of the scheme might be right for them, or if it's debt versus equity or that sort of stuff. I thought I'd just recap on the kind of things that investors are looking for, like when you're thinking about going for funding, and the sorts of things that we're looking to pick out. So a couple of things really. The first one is a committed management team and a supportive investor base. The second one is a clear explanation of the business, project or service. So that really means having a well-formed and professional business plan with sensible milestones and strong value proposition. So keeping that business plan nice and short, knowing your audience and being really credible within it. So not being too over optimistic on, you know, what it is you say you're going to be able to deliver in year 1, year 2. The third thing that we look for is the business revenue generating, and what are the identification of the key revenue drivers which can be used to explain the projected growth. So in simple English, again, is your business plan, does it actually tell us that you're going to be able to deliver what you say you're going to deliver? It all goes back to this kind of credibility message. And then the fourth thing that we really look for is an innovative proposition or USP to facilitate a strong market position. So that's just a little taster of investment readiness. If anyone's got any questions about that, I'm really happy to pick it up, you know, with you directly outside of this session. You know, if you're not too sure about what it looks like, you know, to be investment ready and to start applying for funding. But I think that's probably everything from me. So now I'm going to hand over to Louise McCoy, who is part of British Business Bank. She's the commercial director and works as part of Startup Loans.
Thank you, Harriet. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm Louise McCoy. I'm actually from the Midlands, Birmingham born and bred, so I'm especially pleased to be invited to take part in this and have the opportunity to speak to you all. I've worked in finance for the past 20 years or so, and I've worked at a company called Startup Loans for 4 years. And I spent most of my career working one way or another to support small to medium-sized businesses. As Harriet said, I'm the commercial director at Startup Loans, part of the British Business Bank, and I'll talk to you about how we support new and early stage businesses. So I plan to cover off who the British Business Bank are and Startup Loans, what the product is, who is eligible to apply, and how we might be able to support you if you're considering starting up a business, or even if you've already started a business but you're within the last 2 years of trading. So first up, who is the British Business Bank and who are the Startup Loans company? So The British Business Bank is the government's economic development bank, and we're focused in the small to medium enterprise business space, so SMEs. And we're here to make financial markets work better for SMEs. And our programs are aimed at really helping businesses to grow and to prosper by providing finance at each stage of the development. So our remit is where there's a gap or where the finance market perhaps isn't working quite as well as it could for SMEs. But today I'm going to focus very much on the startup stage. So Startup Loans scheme has been helping people to start up or grow their business since 2012, and we deliver loans and support to early stage businesses. So those that are at the idea stage, that haven't started trading yet, or if you've been trading up to 2 years, as I've said. So we offer personal fixed interest loans and support to aspiring early stage business owners, but right across the UK. And it's typically to people who may have struggled to access other forms of finance, similar to what Harriet was talking about, so from the banks typically. But we know that funding often isn't the only thing that a startup needs for the best chance of success. And so we also partner through a network of organisations right across the UK, and they're who we call delivery partners. So we our aim is really to make business ownership a viable career for people who struggle to raise finance. And we've delivered about 85,000 loans so far. And over 40% of those have gone to people aged 18 to 30. I'll go through what a startup loan is, and then I'm going to talk about the support, which is just as, if not more important from our experience than the funding itself. But if you're interested in finding out a little bit more, do go to our website, which is www.startuploans.co.uk. But it's a pretty simple product. It's a personal unsecured loan, but you have to use it for business purposes. It's actually from the smaller scale than what Harriet was talking through. It starts at £500, but goes right up to £25,000 per founder, and it's up to £100,000 per business. It's at 6% interest fixed per year and repayable. So it's not a grant, it is a repayable loan. And typical for a loan, you have to be 18 or over. For this, you have to be a UK resident. And as I've said, the business is either new or up to 2 years trading. So we support all sorts of businesses, including franchises, and again on our website has any exclusions. But we are able to take a bit more of a holistic approach than traditional lenders might. But we do have to make sure you can afford the loan, but we look at business viability as well. And a bit of context, 30% of our loan recipients to date were unemployed before taking a loan. So we do really take an overall view. So quick whistle-stop tour of the product details. But as I say, for me, what's really important is the support that's available if you're looking to start up a business. We know there's thousands and thousands of people who are interested in starting up, people who you might have an idea that you've been thinking about for quite some time, or you want to be your own boss. But a lot of people just don't know where to start. Maybe don't have the confidence to start up, and also funding can be pretty tough to get. So again, we've got a good success rate with younger entrepreneurs. 15% of our loans have gone to 18 to 24-year-olds, which is over. So the population of SMEs is 12.5% for 18 to 24-year-olds. So we're really well placed to provide that support. But as I say, it's much more than just a loan. We work with 22 delivery partners across the UK. They'll provide support and guidance to help you get started. And if you do get a loan, they also provide post-loan support. So up to 12 months after, you have access to a mentor. And that's proven pretty invaluable to a lot of our customers in starting up, to have that person to be able to contact if they have a question or need guidance or support. Our delivery partners are regional or specialist or national. For example, in the West Midlands, we partner with an organisation called Bseen, and we also partner with the Prince's Trust, who specialise in working with people aged 18 to 30. One of the business advisors was talking to me earlier today about a loan recipient called Ben Folks. So this is someone who was supported by the Prince's Trust and startup loans. He started his business in 2015. He was 21 at the time, on a summer break from university, and he built his own 3D printer in his student flat and successfully test traded. He had a startup loan, support from the Prince's Trust, and that helped him to get more printing equipment, took him to the next level. And he really just took that idea and passion and turned it into a business that has grown, and now he's got a team around him. And he has recently built 3D printed prosthetics, and he's featured on Good Morning Britain, and it's a real success story. But that's just one of thousands of examples that we have that people have started up with us. But in terms of the support, if you apply, our delivery partner would help you through your application. They'll work with you on what's really important in terms of upfront thinking before you start a business, making sure you've got a business plan, that you've worked out cash flow forecast. And these are often the things that people might not think about or might struggle with. And so the support is really important. Speaking to some of our customers, again, they've told me having someone who isn't a family member or friend is really important, because you've got someone independent asking you questions and challenging you, but they can also signpost to other guidance and support. But their role is really to help you get to a stage where your business idea is viable and put you in the best position to succeed. And that's what we found as well, is making sure you take that time up front to work through your plan and your development activities, and that gives a lot better business outcomes and builds a solid foundation. Conscious of time, so I'm going to whiz through. If you want to take a look at our website, we've also partnered with the Open University to offer Learn with Startup Loans, which is a range of free courses. We've got a whole load of free templates and guidance on our website. It's a free package of support, courses, application advice, but whatever you choose to do, whether you wish to start up or you go into employment or whatever it is, I do wish you the very best of luck. I'm going to have a quick check to see if there are any questions. Okay, so success rate so far for people who apply, is that the question? So how many apply are successful? I'm assuming that is, and let me just check, and I will get that to you. I think it's at 64% at the moment as to who applies is successful. Okay, I am to time. If there are any more questions, do drop them in the chat. If I don't pick them up in the chat, I'll be sent those questions and come back to you with answers. I hope you found it useful. I will now pass you across to Sia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Louisa. I hope you all can hear me. So first of all, thank you so much for having me. My name is Silje Ditlevsen-Sani, and I'm a community manager for Uplink at the World Economic Forum. I am not from the Midlands. I'm actually from Norway. However, I'm very excited to be here today, as the Global Shapers community is one that is very close to my heart, and I've seen so much cool things happen through this community all over the world. So I will take this a little bit more global and share some of the ways that we at the forum engage entrepreneurs from all over the world, but at the same time share some of the learnings that we've had when we engage entrepreneurs at different stages that might be applicable also to more local approaches. So first of all, for those of you who don't know, the World Economic Forum is an international organization for public-private partnerships. We engage the foremost political, business, cultural, and other type of leaders from society to shape global, regional, and industry agenda, meaning in very simple ways that we are bringing impactful people together to help find solutions to some of the world's greatest challenges. We mainly do this through collaborative platforms, high-level personalized interactions like events or sessions, digital interactions, and knowledge networks. But what I'm here to talk about today is specifically around how entrepreneurs can get involved at the forum and some of our initiatives. So of course, we work with people that support and add value to our mission, which is improving the state of the world. Hence, most of our opportunities will be for those of you working on solutions, on projects, on business models that relate to this mission in some sort of ways. Entrepreneurs are mainly involved and engaged at the forum at a stage in their career when they have already had an impact in the world, when their achievements are significant. And this is mainly through, we involve them through our projects, our initiatives, our committees, but also in our events. We also have communities like the Global Shapers community, where we are, engaging different type of leaders, where we provide support on developing as an impactful leader, where we help them build connections, build peer networks, and kind of providing them with the support needed to elevate their impact in the world. But for those of you who maybe aren't that established and maybe you don't consider yourself as a high impactful entrepreneur yet, then I would like to share our new platform that is called Uplink. This is a platform that was launched last year at our annual meeting in 2020, and it is kind of one of the key ways that the forum support, but also interact a lot of different type of entrepreneurs at all the different type of stages that you're at. It is a digital platform, and it is centered around innovation challenges, meaning that we are focusing on crowdsourcing solutions to help tackle the Sustainable Development Goals. So far, we've had around 20 of these, and around different topics like education, climate change, COVID-19, nature, circular economy, oceans, etc. So what we do is that the goal is to identify the top 10 to 20 innovators or entrepreneurs and invite them to join our 4 to 6 month accelerator program, which has the goal to connect them to influential networks, which can help them scale and accelerate their impact. So really, use the power of the World Economic Forum to help them, reach that potential that they might have. Yes, it is called Uplink. I will share the website after. I see it in the chat. So the platform really gives opportunities to access the forum's ecosystem in a very easy way. It gives access to networks of renowned experts from all over the world, potential investors, corporate partners, etc., who are really motivated to support innovation for the SDGs in general. So I have two things that I kind of wanted to highlight today. One is, if you think you have a solution that tackle issues related to the SDGs, go and check out on our website, because there might be a challenge that is open now that is focusing on exactly what you are working on. So you might be one of those top innovators that get to be a part of this 4 to 6 months accelerator program. The second thing is some of the learnings that we have had when we have led these challenges and working with the winning cohort through our accelerating programs. And specifically around the areas that, in our experience, one should demonstrate as an entrepreneur and focus on to kind of help unlock financial opportunities. So for our members, we do offer opportunities for them to, meet with potential investors, either through we have pitching sessions where we have multiple investors and multiple entrepreneurs, and the entrepreneurs have a possibility to pitch to these investors, or we connect them directly to potential investors. However, we also need to ensure that when we do these connections, that the entrepreneurs are actually ready for it. So here are some of the things that we kind of talk about and type of preparation that we see that are needed when we are making these connections. So I thought I will just go through them, and hopefully that will be useful for you. So first of all, something like Louisa talked about as well is the business plan. What is your proof of concept? How viable is your service, solution, product? These are some of the questions that you will potentially get. How innovative is your idea? What is different about it compared to everything else? Does it have potential for scale? If so, how? There's also a lot of talk about how do you measure your impact? And if you do measure your impact, what is your impact? If you don't measure your impact, maybe you should start thinking about how. What are some of those numbers that can prove what you're doing and that you are actually having the impact that you want to have? Second of all, make sure that you understand the criteria that your potential investors are looking for. How do you match those needs? Those are some of the things, like you always want to make sure that you are pitching to the right type of investors. Always think about comms and storytelling. How do you ensure that you tell your story? What will make an effect on the people that you are talking to? A lot of our investors, they do ask, what is your vision? What is your five-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Having those things clear from the get-go is so important. And then lastly, having your document and your 2-minute elevator pitch ready is so important. Your elevator pitch needs to be ready at any time. You can have these opportunities, they can come very, very quickly. So you need to make sure that you have that whenever it comes, and make sure that they're clear, make sure that they are short, make sure that they are right to the point. And then lastly, I would recommend, if you have a chance to meet these type of people, have a one-pager or something that you can share with them after to follow up with, and make sure that they look nice, that you show that you take this seriously. So those are kind of some of the things that we always tell our entrepreneurs or our constituents to ensure that they have ready whenever they get these type of opportunities. I'm just going to go quickly through the chat. Is there a set of pitching criteria required for Uplink? So each challenge have different criteria. It all comes down to, how innovative is it? What impact do you have? Do you have potential for scale? Do you have a clear operating model? So there are each challenge have different criteria, but those are some of the ones that we are assessing each submission against. Will the course with Uplink assist us with growing our business? Yes, exactly. That is one of the goals of Uplink, is really to help see how we can use our network, introduce you to the right type of experts that can help you with your expertise, help you grow whatever type of projects you have. But as I said, go and check out what type of challenges that are out there, and that might fit with your business or with your project. Thank you. I will share the link of Uplink in the chat as well. So hope to see some of you on our platform. Thank you. I will hand it over to Natasha.
Thanks very much. Hi, everyone. Lovely to speak to you all today. My name is Natasha Sodhi, and I work at Accenture in our corporate citizenship team, where I head up our digital learning programs. So I'm going to actually just share with you a couple of slides. I thought it might be a bit easier to tell you a bit about our digital skilling programs and how they might be of interest to you. So I'll just get up my screen now, and hopefully that will be easy to see. So I thought I'd start off with just kind of giving a bit of background to Accenture, because not everyone will have heard of it. And it is a global technology company where we use technology to help our clients improve their business. So think of processes like introducing contactless payments or self-scanners as an example. I work on the side of the business which looks at corporate citizenship. Effectively, we use technology to improve the way society works and lives. And as a team, we've had a bit of a global goal, which we call our Skills to Succeed strategy, which is all around bridging the digital and employability skills gap. Now, we can't deny digital has become a really essential employability skill. And over the last year, we've seen digital technology advance the way we work and change different industries and jobs at a pace we've never seen before. So it's becoming even more and more important. We did have a 2020 goal, which was all around skilling 3 million people globally with the skills they needed to get a job or maybe start their own business. And we've surpassed that. So we're currently working on what that new goal could look like. So just to give you a bit of a background, we started thinking about different initiatives that we could introduce to help to reach as many people as possible. And that's where the online training was born. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So we have 2 free online learning programs that are available, developed by Accenture, but are completely public and free. One of them on the left-hand side is our Skills to Succeed Academy. Effectively, that's your employability suite of learning, looking at the importance of understanding your career motivations, how to prepare for and apply for a job, and then how to be really successful when you get that job. And then also looking at the fact that really now, as digital has advanced the way we work, there are a number of critical skills that we might need to be really successful in the workforce. And it's about introducing a dynamic mix of skills like problem solving, teamwork, understanding emotional intelligence. So it really looks at those aspects. But today I'm going to talk to you a bit about our Accenture Digital Skills Program, which is on the right-hand side, 8 courses which look at kind of foundational basic digital skills and how they could be important, perhaps when you're in the workplace or maybe thinking about starting or advancing your own business. Now, the idea with these programs is they are super flexible. You can pick and choose content that best meets your needs. They're really engaging in terms of their style. So I'll tell you a bit about how Accenture Digital Skills was developed. Now, it was developed in direct response to the digital skills gap, and it really aims to equip everyone with digital knowledge to ensure that we all have the opportunity to fill our potential in a real digital economy. Now, the stats on the screen kind of echo what I was saying earlier, that really there is a huge demand for digital skills across different sectors. If we think about it, there may be some jobs that use digital skills that you might not really have thought of. So imagine a news agent using a digital interface to kind of scan packages. Many jobs in digital skills are growing in demand. We've seen a huge drive for work in social media and digital marketing, or perhaps now the need to do jobs in deliveries for online shopping, because we all love to have the ease of something being delivered online, ordered online and delivered the next day. So more and more digital is introducing new ways of working. It's enabling us to work more flexibly. People are working remotely or collaborating, communicating with one another on video conference tools like we're using right now. And I think that's just going to be, continuing over the next few years. So we can see that digital's affected where we work, how we work, the types of work we do, and I guess the skills in demand that impact what we do at work. But they're also offering a number of opportunities, such as sales, marketing, communication channels that are becoming more and more accessible for everyone, regardless of the size of your business. So if you're thinking of starting a business, these are things you could consider. Now, all of these changes mean that there's a huge demand for businesses to have a digital presence. So it's something you can think about if you're thinking of starting your own business. And the reason is there's been a huge shift in how businesses are maybe delivering a product or a service to their customers. And actually, there's been a change in customer preferences. We like things self-service, we like things with ease. So preferences are massively changing. So the way that businesses are marketing and communicating with their customers is all led by digital and predominantly social media. So it creates a huge opportunity. So the reason I gave this background is because there is huge scope and opportunity for you to build your understanding of digital devices and different programs that you could use and techniques, as well as demonstrating your own willingness to learn, regardless of the job role or industry that you're thinking of potentially making a business in. And that's what our digital skills courses are designed to do. They can help you to develop digital skills, build an interest in the topic, see how it might help your business, but also build your confidence in applying those skills to your business itself and advance and grow that business. So what's covered in our digital skills courses? Well, they are hosted on a platform which is called FutureLearn. Now, FutureLearn is one of the biggest online learning platforms in the UK, and it has a range of functionalities. So I'll tell you about a few of them that might be really interesting for you, if this is something you'd like to kind of explore. So the courses are super engaging. They are broken down into bite-sized chunks, meaning you can dip in and out anytime that you wish to complete the learning. And we all learn very differently. So there is a different format of learning, videos, interactive activities, discussion questions, infographics, all to kind of keep it really engaging. But what's really special about these courses is Future Learn kind of follows what we call a social learning approach. Now that means you can leave comments, post questions, and engage with other learners who are also doing the course at the same time as you. But we also have mentors throughout the course who are actually Accenture experts on those topics. So they can help to answer questions and facilitate the learning throughout that journey. So it's quite exciting in the way that you can learn from peers and learn from the mentors, as well as kind of digesting the content itself. Now, the courses are super accessible and you can access them on a mobile or tablet and learn at any time, anywhere. And they're also what we call CPD accredited. So they're accredited with the continuing professional development, and on successful completion, you can get a nice little certified certificate that you can pop on your LinkedIn or your CV, wherever that might be. So there are 8 courses in total that you, there are 8 courses in total, which I've just seemed to have clipped past, that we have across a range of topics. So you've got Digital Skills for Work and Life, which is our introductory course, Artificial Intelligence, Social Media, Digital Marketing, User Experience, User Experience, Retail, Mobile. So there's quite a breadth of content. I recommend that we start with our Digital Skills for Work and Life course. I think we talked about how digital is really changing the world of work, but actually this course really introduces that topic for you. You know, what is digital? How does it differ from technology? How is it a really pervasive skill across all industries and jobs? We're seeing it everywhere, but also introducing the importance of a mindset, a growth mindset, which is a really key capability that we can all build and we can all apply to help us navigate those changes more successfully. So it's a really interesting one to start with. Now, I have pulled out just a couple that I thought might be particularly relevant for you guys if you're thinking about starting a business or growing your business and maybe wanting to build some skills or understanding of particular themes or topics that might be interesting to think about. We know that the increase in digitalization is really important, and many small businesses may have had to think about, how can I keep adapting to stay relevant with all these digital changes, and how can I deliver services to my customers digitally? And that, one of the most relevant and useful forms of digital marketing is actually social media, because having an online presence can really amplify your product offering. And the aim of this course is to really help you understand the different channels you can access, the different techniques you can use to target different groups of customers. Similarly, we have a topic on digital marketing. It has a lot of benefits for businesses. It allows engagement with customers in real time. You can have a wider reach, even to a global scale if you fancied, with your business. So actually, you can tailor marketing messages to different channels. And it allows you to be really accessible and inform the marketing. So you can explore how different types of digital marketing might work for your business and the value that they could deliver. And then finally, web analytics, a great course to help you to learn about how analytics can play a role in your business, how you might measure success using different tools and techniques to help you do that more effectively. So just a bit of a summary of things that you might want to think about and build your skills in to kind of advance your business. Now, usually I would show a video about a really nice success story that we had. A young lady called Claire who did do some of our courses whilst on a program with one of our charity partners, and actually was able to leverage kind of her social media knowledge after that course to take her jewellery business to the next level. But what I would do is I pop the YouTube link in the chat so you can explore it in your own time. But I just wanted to wrap up with telling you how you can access our digital skills courses. And again, I'll pop the link in. You can just go to FutureLearn, sign up and select the course of your choice and get started. And you can complete as many as you wish to. So I think that's everything from me on Accenture Digital Skill. Check if there are any questions in the chat. No, I think we're good. So I will hand over to Carolyn.
Thank you. I love taking part in these sessions because I've learnt so much myself. I'm Carolyn Keenan. I'm the project manager for Bseen. If you don't know what Bseen is, it's basically a student and graduate startup support program based here in Birmingham. and it's a collaboration between 4 Birmingham universities. So Aston University, who I work for, Birmingham City University, University College Birmingham, and Newman University. We've been going quite a while now, since 2012, and we've supported over that time nearly 600 businesses to start up and launch. And we've won awards along the way. We've also been featured in kind of government and think tank reports over the last few years. I'll just tell you a little bit about the support that we offer. We kick off with an intensive startup bootcamp covering all the kind of startup topics that you would imagine. So obviously digital marketing, sales. We do concentrate on storytelling because obviously it's really important for startup businesses. Pitching we cover, finances, action planning, and getting into the founder's mindset. Over the last 18 months, we've been delivering these online, but fingers crossed our September bootcamp is going to be face-to-face. We are currently recruiting for our September bootcamp. I'll tell you how. I can put in the chat how to access the application form via our website, and the deadline to apply is the 22nd of August. We have 3 bootcamps a year, so if September isn't good for you, next year we'll be having ones in April, June, and September again. So after the intensive startup bootcamp, the other support that we offer is a business grant, around £500 worth, and it is a grant. It doesn't have to be repaid. We match the founders with a business mentor. We have a huge pool of fantastic mentors who work on a pro bono basis for us to support our new entrepreneurs. You get the support of the Bseen team. You get monthly meetups with our coaches, and you get, obviously, you're joining a very supportive community here in Birmingham, but then obviously wider as well, with some of our entrepreneurs who've gone elsewhere in the UK and also globally as well. And also, really importantly, you get free 12 months use of our incubator sort of co-working space, and you can register your business address there as well. So all around, it's a really good package of support that we offer. Eligibility for Bseen: you need to be a student or recent graduate of one of the 4 partner universities, but also you can be a recent graduate, and that's up to 5 years after you've graduated, from any university. As long as you're living in Birmingham and Solihull area, you're eligible to apply for Bseen. Some of the Birmingham, or some of the startups that you may know who are based in Birmingham that we've supported over the last few years are the Clean Kilo. Don't know if you've been into their shops in the Custard Factory, and also in Digbeth, and also in Bourneville. They're a plastic-free net zero plastic supermarket who are doing really well and doing some really great stuff. Beat Freaks, you may be familiar with Beat Freaks. They're a social enterprise, again, based in Birmingham. They're a kind of youth engagement agency, so they do a lot of really good work with young people, and that is funded by work that they do with people like the BBC, with like the Royal Shakespeare Company, in kind of telling them how to reach young people, how to market their products and services to young people. So check out Beat Freaks if you don't know them already. We've supported a business called Petalite, who are really doing some great stuff in fast charging battery technology for electric vehicles, obviously really important at the moment. And another one that are doing really well are NAS Media, a videography business. They started two graduates from Aston started that. Just spoke to them recently, and they have now got 8 members of staff, and they're doing some documentaries for the BBC. So some really interesting stuff that they're doing. They're based in the Big Peg.
So yeah, just for me, because obviously I know time is short. Finally, for me, really, just to say that applications are open on our website. It is just a short application form, which actually kind of mirrors a lot of the information that you would put in a business plan. So we, as part of Bseen, you actually need to obviously register a company, either with Companies House or with HMRC. So we need to feel that you're really at the right stage to launch your business. So we're looking for viable businesses, with a kind of thought through business model and revenue stream. So we're looking at things like from you to obviously describe your business idea, to demonstrate that you've kind of, you're aware of what competition is out there, to talk about, what your kind of USP is, what's going to make you stand out, to sort of find out from you what your startup costs would be and how you're going to fund those. And then also, as I said, kind of the revenue streams that you envisage. We are looking at very early stage businesses. We are looking at people joining us before they have actually registered the business and before they've actually started trading. So we appreciate that all of those, and we hope, as well, that all of those things will change as you go through the boot camp, and you may well pivot. But we've just obviously got to feel confident that you are able to start your business and get it going. So after the application form, after you fill that out, we obviously have a read through all of those, and then we'll invite you in to pitch your business idea to a panel. So it's a 6-minute pitch with Q&A after that. So that's the application process. Obviously, if anybody does have any questions, if anybody's interested either for themselves or if they know somebody else who might be interested in joining us, or indeed if anybody is interested in being a mentor for the programme, happy to answer any questions. Link up with me on LinkedIn and I can get back to you. So that's it from me. So I think I'm going to hand over to CJ, and obviously I'll answer any questions if anyone has them. Thank you.
Hi everyone, and thank you very much. I've been learning so much, and I'll definitely be reaching out to the amazing people who have spoken today. So I'm just going to share my screen, and hopefully everybody can see. So I run an organization called the Black Pounds Project, and we came about as a result of kind of during the pandemic, it became very apparent that Black business owners and culturally diverse business owners were really struggling to access the business support and finance that is available to them. Of course, there are people outside of that are also have struggled in a similar vein. But our priority was really to support the community who have really been highlighted as a priority at this stage. So about us, as I say, I'm actually a writer and theatre director. So I'm kind of coming out of the art sector to really think about the business side of things. I actually run an organisation myself called Sorrel Park Theatrical. So once COVID happened, I actually myself was out of business pretty much because a lot of the work I did was in schools and I obviously couldn't deliver any of my sessions in there. So the thought came to my mind, well, if I'm in this situation, there must be a lot of other people out there who have either decided that they want to set up a business or they actually are currently running a business but really may be struggling and might need some financial capital or some advice or some support on how to move forward. Particularly speaking from the Black community, many people that I knew either weren't running businesses or they didn't kind of know where to access the kind of support that would have been required. So I realized there and then that there was an actual kind of issue in terms of who has the information and where it's being held. And so this initiative was brought about because I decided that we need to bring all the expertise or as much expertise as possible into one space that can be very visible to the community so that they know if I need business support in any area, then I can go to the Black Pounds Project, and regardless of my ethnicity, I'll be able to get some form of support. So our mission is to build on a program that supports Black and culturally diverse business owners. We actually are in a position now where we're growing at quite a rapid pace. So we're getting quite a few business owners coming through the door. And we're really keen to support the younger business owners and entrepreneurs that are starting up. I know that a lot of people are setting up on Instagram, setting businesses up and things like that. So for us, it's about how can we really channel the expertise that we have into supporting our young entrepreneurs, the young entrepreneurs that are, you know, very much into YouTube, very much into social media, and are really keen to have that financial freedom. Those are the kind of business owners that we want to be able to support. And if that sounds like you, then definitely reach out to us. So we actually run a few courses that we're currently developing, and the course, so it's one course essentially, and you can do the course at your own pace. We are seeking sponsors for this course, which we're developing, but the course, once it's finalized, will go through all of these topics. So we already have the first one, which is setting up your business for success. This is a 5-day video series and workbook. This is free and available on our website. So if you go to blackpoundsproject.org, you will see where it says pre-startup course, and you can, if you haven't started your business yet and you haven't registered it or anything like that, even if you have registered it, registered your business, it's always worth looking at that course, because it breaks down the sorts of things that you should be focusing on at the initial stages, or even things you may have overlooked as someone who may already be running an initiative. The next one is managing expectations in business. You know, what can you expect? Is this really for you? Because a lot of people set up businesses and they may then realize, actually, this isn't for me. And the statistics for businesses that are closing within a year or two is very, very high. So what we want to do is make sure that people have a realistic expectation of what to expect. The next one, how to build trust and collaborations in business. This is very important. I think particularly within the ethnic minority community, the idea of collaboration is something that is a little bit skewed. People aren't sure how to trust another business and feel they might be trying to steal their clientele. So even if you have a company that's doing similar things to you, you can still collaborate with them in some way, because there's a lot of people in the world, and there's a lot of people in the Midlands region that will benefit from your services if you've got a service or product that is viable. Professional Development 101, how to structure and draft emails, very simple things, how to speak to investors, how to speak to people who work in the financial sector, understanding the legalities of your business, what legal structure should you be registering for, financial planning, accessing finance and goal setting. So do you have high aspirations for this business? Is this something that you want to do full time, or is this something that you want to do as a side project? Because that really will determine the direction you want to be moving forward in. Understanding effective marketing strategies. We get a lot of inquiries about marketing. A lot of people think that marketing is just one thing, like social media, but actually marketing encompasses a lot of things. That, you know, it could be print-based, it can be digital. You could have a YouTube channel, you could have a podcast. There's a lot of ways of marketing your business. So there's more effective ways than others, and not all of them will be suitable for your business or as suitable. So within that session, it will be all about finding the most suitable marketing strategies for you. And then managing risks and avenues for support. What we found was that business owners that were approaching us really didn't know where to go for support, and they also didn't know the risks associated with maybe setting up their business in a certain legal structure, or might not know things about public liability and all those sorts of things. So really, through this course, we want to be able to just allow people to go through it at their own pace, but then be ready essentially, and know that if they can kind of tick off and have a checklist of all the things that they've gone through in this course, then they'll be really on the opposite side of it. They'll be able to definitely we hope, secure some kind of financial investment, or they will be more confident to run their business without that. So the current opportunity is for us to collaborate with existing institutions, essentially, the business support streams that very much find Black and culturally diverse communities is hard to reach. So we actually find it quite easy to reach those types of communities, partially because of our name being the Black Pounds Project. I think that's to do with branding, it's to do with the way we've positioned ourselves and we're addressing a need. So we're able to reach the community quite easily. So what we want to do is work with other organizations that are doing similar work, or may have other things that we're not able to offer at this stage, or may not be the direction we want to go into. So that's very much what we want to do. We've already collaborated with various organizations and have really strong networks. So it's definitely worth checking in with us. If there is anyone, if there is a bank or anyone that you'd like to have a conversation with, we've pretty much met with them all now. So we'd very much be able to set up that kind of conversation. So we also have a mentorship program. So our mentorship program is that we would be working with established businesses. So they don't have to have been trading for a very long time, but as long as they are registered in some form of, in some capacity. We are looking for commercial businesses, so we wouldn't be working specifically with any social enterprises through our mentorship scheme. However, we do support social enterprises through our pre-startup course and the courses that I've just mentioned. So the purpose is to create a safe environment that allows business owners to feel comfortable to share their kind of what they may be struggling with, or what they feel may be a barrier to them, because sometimes our perceived barriers may not actually be barriers. They might just be something that we might need a bit of advice or coaching through. So that's essentially what our course is designed to do. Now, we are an organization made up of amazing volunteers from various establishments. Our mentors are trained by an accredited mentorship provider called the Midlands Business Leadership Academy. So we ensure that our businesses are getting the best mentorship possible, and coaching and advising services as well. So these are just a few quotes from people that we've met with. I won't go through this now, just purely on the basis of time. But as you can see, we've met with British Business Bank, Chamber of Commerce, a Member of Parliament, and also the Centre of Research in Ethnic Minority Entrepreneurship. So again, as I mentioned, we have our advising. The process of the mentorship scheme is that you'd first go through advising so that we can assess the needs of your business and create a plan together, because sometimes it can feel a bit isolating to create a business plan. And sometimes a business plan doesn't need to be that long in the first instance. It just needs to have a clear idea of what you want to do, so that people can help you in the right way that they feel they can. Then we're moving on to coaching. So this is a 1-hour session that you have with a business coach. And the purpose of a coach is to provide encouragement. They are to help you overcome kind of barriers that, as I mentioned prior, that you may feel you might be having, and give you some pointers to overcome them. And then the difference between coaching and mentorship is that your mentor will kind of provide that more ongoing and regular support, and you can kind of check in with them according to the kind of grounds that you create with them. So if they say, you can meet me once a week, then that's fine. If they say you can meet me once a month, or whatever it is that you decide with your mentor, then that's kind of the relationship you have moving forward. And this is a 9-month scheme. So by the end of it, you will become part of the alumni network, and you'll have access to all the networks that we have, and we'll be able to really signpost you to any of the business support that's in the Midlands region. We're very well connected, and we're launching a project with the Birmingham Enterprise community soon. So that will be something to look out for. And they're also very, very well connected. And yeah, it will be definitely something to consider. So we are looking for Black and diverse business owners, for our mentorship program, if you are not Black or from an ethnic minority background, then our courses will still be very suitable for you. And we may be able to still support you in terms of bringing you forward a mentor, but it would be outside of the mentorship program. So these are just conversations that we can definitely open up, but we're here to support as many people as possible through what we're able to provide. So the opportunities for anyone who is interested in collaborating with us, we have events, which we've done one with Swoop Funding recently, which was really, really good. A lady called Andrea, who runs that organization. You can actually access their website through the Black Pounds Project website, through our referral link on the website. And they have a chat function on their website. So any questions you have pertaining to funding or the type of funding that you should be looking for, they actually offer that service readily available on their website. So we're also looking to collaborate with individuals or organizations who would like to deliver workshops, and in return they would also get to promote their services, and we'd like to co-deliver on our courses. So if there's any content that or any of the topics that you feel your organization would be able to support with, then we're more than happy to co-deliver on those. Intensive boot camps, and we can help you in return to achieve greater fulfillment of your diversity targets, because we know that this is something that needs to happen. You will be a part of an initiative which is the first of its kind. There is no other organisation like this across the whole of the UK, and I'm very confident in saying that, because we've been running for we've been running since pretty much the beginning of last year. So very confident to say that, which is not to say that there aren't organisations that are supporting ethnic minority business owners. It's just the way this programme is structured has been as a result of a lot of research within ethnically diverse communities. We'd love for you to be able to feature your website on our logo with a link to your main site, so that people can access your resources also. And we really want to help to develop trusted relationships with promising entrepreneurs from underrepresented communities. And lastly, we have a commitment, a responsibility, and we want to show what is possible so that we can create something sustainable. And I look forward to hearing from you and hearing your questions if you have any. And that's me. Thank you. And I'm going to hand over to Isa now. I'm just going to turn my screen off.
Hi everybody. I'm awfully sorry. I'm in a restaurant with background music, but I also have a train to catch in 20 minutes from London to Birmingham. So I'm 30 minutes away from my train, and it's in 20 minutes time, so I've got to run for it. But just a quick one. My name is Isa. I run an organisation called the Black Asian Minority Ethnic Friendship Alliance. We are a digital platform that allows allows companies to recruit diverse apprentices, but also build a culture within the organisation through the power of technology, learning technology. So it's more of an ed tech for employers. And we've been going for 4 years, working with some of the largest companies from organisations like the Royal Air Force, to Bentley, to Coca-Cola, and so on and so forth. But the whole purpose of it is we want to build a culture for organizations to recruit diverse talent. So when they do come in, they can actually bring sustainability to the position. Because we do know that talent retention is a difficult area when it comes to apprenticeship diversity and diverse talent. So in a nutshell, that's it. My sincere apologies once again. I do need to leave, but Mariam has my contact details. Please do, if you need contact or any information about apprenticeships and apprenticeship diversity, more than happy for you to reach out and connect with me. Very lastly, again, my apologies, I do need to leave. So, but thank you very much for being a brilliant event to join in, and look forward to connecting with you all soon.
Okay, thanks everyone. So I guess that's it for our session. Thanks everyone so much to all the participants. Echoing what was said, I learned quite a few things there, and it's always good to have a bit of a recap as well. Some of the products I'm more familiar with, like startup loans. So excellent. Just in terms of questions, I think most have been covered in the as the speakers were going. I think that a couple of LinkedIn's and various contact details have been put into the chats, but if anybody did have anything specific they wanted to ask, shoot it in the chat box and I can make sure I connect you with the right person. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you everyone for your time. I think that's it now, isn't it, Mariam? I think that's, yeah, okay, brilliant. All right then, perfect. So I think, yeah, we'll share the contact details and respond to any unanswered questions soon. But just thanks so much everyone for coming, and thanks again to the participants.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This was very insightful. I enjoyed it. Thank